Well, good evening. My name is Harry Stillerman. I'm the Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Development here at Piedmont Virginia Community College, and it is my distinct pleasure to welcome each of you here tonight to the Giuseppe Center for the 2019 Early College Scholars Celebration. Let me begin first by offering congratulations to all of our graduates and their families. I'd also like to recognize the students from the Culinary Arts program at the Greene County Technical Education Center and Lauren Marino for providing our meal for us tonight. Thank you. So Thomas Edison was once quoted as saying, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work." Graduates, I think I speak for everyone in attendance tonight in saying how incredibly proud we are of each of you for taking full advantage of the opportunities that have been made available for you to get to this point this evening. We're delighted to have this special occasion to recognize and celebrate your outstanding accomplishments. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Frank Friedman, President of Piedmont Virginia Community College, to begin our program.
Thanks, Harry. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's great to be back with you for what's now the fourth Early College Scholars graduation. And by the looks of things, if the class gets much bigger, we're going to need a new facility. And since there are Board of Supervisor members back here, I hope you heard that. No, just joking. Tonight we're here to celebrate the accomplishments of these 24 students. They are, well, next Thursday night, they will graduate with an associate degree from Piedmont Virginia Community College, and then just a couple weeks later, they'll graduate from high school. That's kind of backwards, isn't it? You realize what that means? They've earned, while in high school, over 60 college credits. That means about 20 college courses successfully completed while in high school. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? For most of us. For most of us, just getting through high school was good enough. All the credit goes to the students, to the families, but it would not be possible without the wonderful faculty from William Monroe High School, who taught many of the courses, and our wonderful faculty at PVCC, who taught probably about half the courses also. It also wouldn't have been possible without the wonderful leadership by your superintendent, Andrea Whitmarsh. Yeah, she deserves applause. And the godmother of this whole thing, Angelina Santos. And I want to recognize a few people from PVCC. Most of them are in the back there. Our Vice President, John Donnelly, is back there. Wave, John. Want to thank our deans who have been involved in it. And we've had the Renshaw brothers coordinating this over the years. Both Andrew and Jonathan are back there. Wave, guys. But this celebration goes beyond individuals. This is really a community celebration, isn't it? I've always viewed it that way. It's a Greene County celebration. It's a Greene County success story. And I want to take you back a little bit. You know, we didn't just plop here, you know, by accident, or it didn't just happen. We really need to go back to 2011 when the Board of Supervisors, way back then, asked Piedmont Virginia Community College if we would be interested in having a facility here. You know, without that, this program wouldn't exist. It doesn't exist in any of the other counties we serve because we don't have a facility. So this traces its roots, if you will, all the way back to 2011. But that's not the only decision that made this possible. This place was an empty shell at that time. And we had to raise money to fix it out, to complete it. And over 100 members of the Greene County community, business in the community, stepped up and donated over $1 million to Piedmont Virginia Community College, and that's how we came about having this kind of a facility. And I think we owe a special thanks to our two largest donors. They're not here tonight, but Mark and Barbara Freed, for whom this room has been named, and of course, the one who needs no introduction, Ethel Cole Giuseppe, for whom her husband, the facility is named. So they're not here, but without them, you wouldn't be here. This wouldn't be possible. I just want to quickly say to our, yeah, go ahead. You know, sometimes people get tired of politics in our country, in our state, locally. But folks, don't ever believe that it doesn't make a difference. Nothing great happens without vision and without leadership. And your being here, this program, goes back to very smart decisions that were made by people who really cared about Greene County and about the people who live here. And don't ever forget that and don't lose sight of that. So far, we've had 73 graduates of this early college program. Next year, I'm told, is going to be even a bigger class. So that's just on top of it, and that's great. But our work isn't done. In addition to raising the money to finish out this space, it was our belief early on that we didn't want any talented, capable student to be turned away from this program because they couldn't afford it. It was very important for us that affordability not be a barrier. So we turned to fundraising again. And once again, over 100 individuals in Greene County stepped forward. We raised $150,000 for scholarships so that any talented, capable, motivated student can come into this program. That $150,000 is dwindling. So I'm just going to put my hand out for a moment and just remind you to keep this program going, to keep it affordable. When you're asked, I hope you will step forward and invest in the youth of Greene County and the future of Greene County. So let me wrap up with a word to the graduates. You deserve all the accolades you're receiving. You and your families should be very proud. But remember, you did not do it alone. Now, you don't need to pay back all those leaders and all those donors who made it possible, but I ask you to pay it forward. One day, you're going to be successful. You'll have graduated from college. You'll be out working. You'll be out earning a lot of money. That's the time when it's time for you to pay it forward. Remember what people have done for you. Fund a scholarship. Donate to a college. If you need a suggestion on which one, I could suggest a specific one to you. You can guess what that would be. But pay it forward by making a better life possible for someone else, just like someone has done for you. So to everyone here, to our students, their families, the leaders of this wonderful community, congratulations, and this is a great success story. Thank you.
So I'm very pleased this evening also to be here recognizing the Piedmont Virginia Community College Educational Foundation. The Piedmont Virginia Community College Educational Foundation was established in 1982 to cultivate and provide financial and in-kind support for Piedmont Virginia Community College. And I'm pleased this evening to bring greetings from our Educational Foundation Board of Directors and to extend our congratulations to all of this year's graduates and their families. Please know that we look forward with great anticipation to following the many successes that are ahead for each of you because of your PVCC education. Today, the Educational Foundation plays a critical role in promoting student success at PVCC, and particularly that happens through our annual scholarship program. As Dr. Friedman mentioned, when the early college program at William Monroe was created, Greene County residents began to create an effort to ensure that that cost would not be a barrier for students to participate in the program. And each year, through what we've titled the Greene County challenge, we raise money to provide scholarships for William Monroe High School students that have a financial need. As Dr. Friedman mentioned, we're really proud that today we've raised almost $150,000 in support of that cause, and we've been able to award scholarships to more than 107 students. That's helped them complete 657 credit hours at PVCC. So again, we want to express our sincere thanks to all of those individuals and organizations that have helped make this possible. This year, our goal is to raise $50,000 in scholarships for students. And as enrollment in this program continues, we know that more scholarships are going to be needed to meet the financial needs of our students. So as we celebrate tonight's graduates, I would ask that you join in helping us meet this year's goal by making a gift in support of the early college program. There's some information at your chairs. I hope that you'll look at that, and there's lots of information about how you can make a donation. Secondly, I would ask you to do me a big favor, and when you leave here in a few minutes, you're going to hear some really remarkable stories from some really remarkable students. So please go home and tell your friends and your neighbors and anybody that will listen about all the wonderful things that are happening as a result of this program. So I want to close with one final quote. Dr. Friedman mentioned earlier the huge imprint that Mrs. Giuseppe has made for this program and this community. And I think it'll come as no surprise for you all to learn that Mrs. Giuseppe was the salutatorian of William Monroe High School's graduating class of 1936. And thanks to the help of the Greene County Historical Society, we actually have access to some of her earlier words of wisdom. In a speech that she delivered to her classmates, Mrs. Giuseppe said, "If we give voice to our principles, we will never be ashamed to know that the boys and girls of the school are watching the career of this class, to follow in the steps of us who lead the way." Graduates, congratulations again on your outstanding achievements, and please know that we look forward to watching you lead the way and change the world. At this time, I'm very pleased to introduce Dr. Andrea Whitmarsh, Superintendent of the Greene County Public Schools. Dr. Whitmarsh will share more about the early college program and introduce our student speakers.
Good evening and hello everyone. I'd like to thank all of you for coming to celebrate the incredible goal that has been reached by each of these 24 students. This evening we will recognize the hard work and dedicated efforts displayed by William Monroe High School's 4th graduating class of the Early College Scholars Program. Before I begin to talk about these seniors and how far they've come, I want to take a moment to first thank the donors and guests in attendance this evening. To the donors of this program, you've made this achievement possible for so many of our students. Without your generous and continuing donations, this program would not be possible for many. I hope you look upon these graduates with a sense of pride, knowing that you, in fact, helped change the educational path of another. We all have the utmost respect and care for the donations that you offer to this program. Mr. Stillerman and Dr. Friedman, thank you for your efforts in continuing to promote the Early College Scholars Program in Greene County. This program does change the lives of students every day, and your support is a strong factor in its success. And certainly, of course, we need to say thank you to Ms. Giuseppe, who was unable to attend this evening, who has cared so much for these students and the other students in our community, and believes so deeply in preparing students through education that this building, this campus became possible because of her foresight, and her dedication to education. And to the families and parents here tonight, while this achievement was earned through the efforts of your graduate, it must be said that this was a team effort. You supported them, whether it was emotionally or maybe financially. I'm sure in most cases it was both. Your dedication to helping see your student through this program led them here today. I can say, as a parent, that watching your child go through this program isn't always easy. There can be frustrations or maybe a sense of helplessness, just like it was hard not so many years ago to take those training wheels off. It's been difficult to watch our kids navigate these streets, knowing that some hills are steeper than others. But they made it, and we did too, so congratulations to all. Now to our early college scholars graduating next week. Can you believe you're here already? You guys probably feel like it's taken forever, don't you? We feel like it's been quick. This moment, I'm sure it came quickly, at least for the adults in the room. Believe it or not, life passes by quickly. So always remember that and learn to enjoy each moment. look around, and make choices that open doors for you. Be sure that when you look back, your journey is one that you admire. The world lies before you. After all your hard work, the late nights, the sweat, maybe the tears, and hopefully the smiles, you find yourselves in this moment finally living the dream you started 3 years ago. We are all so proud of you and respect what it must take to juggle high school, college, athletics, work, volunteerism, clubs, and everything else you choose to do. These kids have very impressive resumes. This ability to multitask will surely assure you success in your futures. I'm honored to be here today speaking in front of the very people who made this program possible. All of you embraced the potential to create something new and better for the future of this community. You embraced an idea, and our kids took it and ran with it. And what a beautiful race it has been. Today, we are celebrating 22 of these students for completing degrees in general studies. 2 more students have branched off and earned degrees that no other William Monroe High School student has earned before. Mr. Trey Orange is earning an associate degree in business administration, while Miss Alexis Davidson is earning an associate degree in natural and physical sciences. Over the past 3 years, classes such as public speaking, philosophy, art, history, and psychology have all been taken. Some students have taken even more specialized courses, such as accounting, organic chemistry, applied calculus, and biomedical ethics. Some of those have scary titles, right? And many of us. Schedules were made and then remade over and over, I'm sure it sometimes felt like. But in the end, all of this is going to prepare them to do anything and everything that may come their way. It's really exciting to think about the experiences these students are having, and they're prepping for one of the biggest transitions in their lives. Next week, these students will join our previous 49 graduates in earning the rare and coveted title of Early College Scholar. 26 junior and 35 sophomores are following in your footsteps. We just recruited 44 freshman students to the early college program, and they'll start their classes this summer. So each year it grows. That means next year we will have 105 students working toward an associate degree in our building, which is over 11% of our student population at the high school. It all started because of the vision of each and every one of you. Next week, we'll end this chapter for these 24 amazing young adults who completed this goal with the support of those around them today. So to our graduates, I would like to say that I'm so very proud of all of you. You've achieved an amazing feat, and we're all here to celebrate you tonight. So at this time, I would like to introduce our student guest speakers. And after Miss Brianna Woofter speaks, we will have all 24 students come forward to receive their early college sashes, which will be used to distinguish them at both their PVCC and William Monroe High School graduation ceremonies. So with that, will Camden Early, our first student speaker, please come forward. Thank you.
You know, I think it's funny that this celebration is being had right now because I don't know about you graduates, but I still got essays to write. I still got classes to do. So I'm not really sure what the celebration is going on right now because I'm a little exhausted right now. But let me just, I'm trying to get to the point. I don't want to say anything necessarily too profound or thought-provoking. This has just been 3 years, very long 3 years that I'm very proud, very excited, and just glad to have had under my belt. And I'd just like to thank a couple of people, Ms. Santis, for placing me in this program and introducing me to the possibilities and opportunities that exist for this program. I'd like to thank Ms. Giuseppe for giving me the money and providing me the funds necessary to take this class and embark on this journey. I'd also like to thank my family, particular members sitting over there, of course, mom, dad, for supporting me, grandparents. I'm just glad to be here, glad to be in this position. Never thought I would be here, but I'm graduating, or at least I hope so. And thank you.
This program has taught me so much, not only academically, but it's equipped me with really important life skills at a super young age. First and foremost, I'd like to thank 3 people, Santis, Miss Santis, and Angelina Santis, because honestly, without her, I probably wouldn't have been able to get through this program. No, but seriously, thank you for taking the time to work with all of us and make us all feel individually cared for. I would like to thank the donors, because without them, I probably wouldn't be able to complete this program. And I'd like to thank my mom for always keeping me motivated and helping me complete this. Without her, I probably wouldn't have signed up. So yeah, thank you.
Hello. First, I just want to thank all the donors, faculty, families, and everyone who made this program possible for all of us. When I first started at William Monroe, I was very hesitant about joining this program. My mom told me about it, and she was like, well, you can get an associate's degree when you're in high school. And I was like, I'm 15, no. And so I went to the school, and I met with Miss Santis, and she was like, well, why don't you give it a try and see how it goes for you? And I think it was the best decision I could have made. This program basically gave me my high school life. I met my best friends in this program. Every time we met, it was like having a little family meeting, and I just felt like I was at home with everyone. But I mean, I really just want to thank Miss Santis in general, because I think she was the one who pushed me over to do the program in the first place. I think she was also the one to pull me back to earth when I would go to her office and try and plan out the next 20 years of my life, and she'd be like, can we just get through the next week? So I think everyone contributes to the group. She's truly the glue that just holds us all together. Even though we're all going to different colleges and stuff, I'm going to always appreciate the memories and opportunities that this program has given me. Thank you.
Just over 3 years ago, we were clueless freshmen joining a daunting program with no idea where it would lead us. Well, here we are on the other side, hopefully a couple inches taller, a little bit tougher, and yet somehow just as nervous as we were in the beginning. Luckily, as we all head down our separate paths, we go knowing that our hard work in the Early College Scholars Program has prepared us for the challenges ahead. This preparation is all thanks to the people around us. First, thank you to my classmates. We've supported each other through late-night work sessions and a shared sense of cluelessness. You guys are all catastrophes, and I owe so much to some of you. I would like to thank my family for their support in taking these classes. I am forever grateful to the donors in our community who have made the Early College Scholarship possible. Your generosity has given me the opportunity to thrive within this program. Ms. Santis, thank you for answering endless questions at all hours, and thank you for working tirelessly to see us all succeed. You're a genuine source of light and support in my life, and I appreciate it so much. And lastly, I saved this for last because I'm choking up already. Thank you to the Bingleys for welcoming me and becoming a second family to me in this past year. So I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip. I want to start off by expressing how happy and grateful I am to be here today. This program has been everything and means so much because of how beneficial and incredible it's been. These past 3 years have taught me a lot. This program has made me more responsible and aware of my education, something that I will carry with me throughout the years to come. I want to thank Ms. Santis for this program and this little family that we have become, as well as Ms. Giuseppe for providing us with this learning facility and everyone that has come forward to donate. I also want to say a special thank you to Kieran, who takes care of us as if we're her own. Lastly, I'd like to thank God, my family, and friends for all the support and encouragement. And I want to give a special shout out to my dad for being so supportive and always financially being there for me. You're a very hardworking man, and I could have not done this without you. It's been a really memorable journey, and I'll never forget it.
Hi. First off, I would like to say thank you to Ms. Giuseppe for letting us use her facility. Without her building, none of us would be here today. Next, I would like to thank my family for the support they have given me over the years, and thank my parents for helping me pay for this program. I will no longer be in a huge debt when I graduate college, and I think that's the best gift of all. Lastly, I would like to thank the lady who made all of this here today possible. Ever since 9th grade, she has been there every step of the way, making sure that we were going to be here making these speeches today. I give the biggest thanks of all to Ms. Santos. Thank you for all your support and hundreds of emails every day. Thank you.
Hello. Over the past 3 years, I've met and worked with so many amazing people, and all of them have impacted me in very different ways. But right now, I'd like to thank some of the main supporters. Ms. Santos, first off, thank you for being the most hands-on, for answering my phone calls and G-chats at all hours of the night, for showing me the way to be a successful student, and most importantly, for consoling me when I had no idea what I was doing and no idea what classes I wanted to take. You have so literally put your heart and soul into this program, and I'm very proud to say that I'm one of your students. You're the most hardworking, diligent, and kind-hearted person that I've ever met, and after graduation, I'd be very happy to call you my friend. Now, Mom, I know you're my mom, and I have so many things to be thankful for as my parent. But tonight, I want to say thank you as Dr. Whitmarsh. You've done so much for this program. I see you advocating to bring in dual enrollment teachers, offer scholarships, and support the program so that it runs smoothly. I very literally would not be here without you today if you weren't putting so much hard work in on your end. So thank you, Mom. Thank you for seeing this unique opportunity in Greene and bringing it to us. Without your leadership, this program would never have grown to where it is today. All of you have played vital roles in my journey through PVCC. I have no doubt in my mind that without this program, I wouldn't be where I am today, standing before you as an almost graduate and headed to the University of Virginia's nursing program. Thank you.
First and foremost, I would like to thank my parents. My mom is the main reason I started in this program. I came from North Carolina, and our program was not the same program. It wasn't offered in our high school. It was offered as a different school, so I would like to thank my mom. I'd also like to thank my dad for helping me get through pre-calc, because I swear I cried like every single night trying to pass that class. Thank you, Ms. Santos, for making this transition so smooth. I came from another state, and as some of you know, it's very hard for some credits to come over, and you made it so easy, and you made sure that I would be graduating, which is something I've always wanted to do. Thank you to the donors. It is amazing that we are able to have this opportunity to do something so amazing with no cost or with little cost, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful to almost be graduating because I do have an essay to turn in. And it's just very exciting to have this opportunity. If I had a little sister or brother, I would tell them to do this program. So congratulations, my fellow students. We made it through bio. And thank you, everyone. So class of 2019, we're about to graduate.
So this is it. These are my babies, and this is 3 years coming, and 3 years coming, probably 20 root touch-ups at the salon. Lots of G-chats. Emily Wrong G-chats me at about 6:30 every morning, and I panic because I think something happened, and then she just wants me to know that she brought her notebook today, or it's something so random. So I could tell a story on each one of these kids, and I know 8 chose to speak today, but and I won't, but I could stand up here and speak to each one. Each one of them have a different and special place in my heart, and I love you all for different reasons, which is the neatest thing. I'm not a parent, I always hear parents say, you can never have a favorite, right? And I'm like, well, how can't you? I mean, my one cat cuddles with me more, so I kind of like Cora better. But now that I have these kids in my life for the last 4 years, I can agree. You can't love one more. You love each one, but just differently. So that's really neat to be able to experience. So the part we're at right now is a really neat part. These students all have custom-made for them sashes that will read Early College Scholars on one side and 2019 on the other. They are shipped in from Arizona, made just for them, and it will denote them as an Early College Scholar at both the PVCC graduation and the William Monroe High School graduation. And so without further ado, Dr. Whitmarsh and Dr. Friedman will be sashing our students tonight. So may I have our first student, Miss Alyssa Aylor, graduating and going to James Madison University. Our next student will be Olivia Grace Bingley. This poor girl, I wanted her so badly to be Italian, so the last 3 years I've called her Bingelli, and she lets me, but today I'll say it's Olivia Bingley, and she is graduating magna cum laude and going to the University of Virginia. Abby Cable, graduating cum laude, going to George Mason University. She's our theater and our actress and our musician. Next, we have Stacy Tamara Calderon Castillo, graduating summa cum laude, going to the University of Richmond. Stacy earned a full ride scholarship to the University of Richmond. The next student you'll note has a star next to her name. That's because she's one of the students who branched off from the General Studies program and earned an associate's degree in physical and natural sciences. Her senior year, she actually didn't attend any classes at the high school. She was at main campus taking things like applied calculus and organic chem. Can Alexis Taylor Davidson, graduating magna cum laude and going to the University of Virginia, please come up? Alexis is not only one of my students, she's one of my coworkers. We waitress together, which has been neat and weird. Catherine Grace Dupre, a student who I see a little bit too much of myself in. She will be attending James Madison University. And next we have Molly Elizabeth Earl, summa cum laude, attending the University of Richmond with the most peaceful spirit I've ever met. She's very soothing. Next we have Camden Cordell Early, graduating summa cum laude and attending Duke University. Camden is Greene County's first ever Gates Scholar. He has received a full ride scholarship through the Gates program for all tuition, fees, room, and board to the university of his choosing. He had a less than 1% chance of being chosen. And I think he liked me. He was like my least visiting student, but I really enjoyed him, and I think he's just really peaceful and quiet. Okay, so let's see. And next after Camden will be Sydney Elise Howard, attending Howard University. Many long conversations while she tried to figure out between Spelman and Howard, but we're very pleased with her choice. Devin Mitchell Kierson, magna cum laude, attending Virginia Polytechnic Institute, and also the student with the best hair in cohort 4. Who's next? Oh, Josiah Noel Mayberry, magna cum laude, attending George Mason University. Probably booked the most, well, between another student, probably booked the most seat hours in my office. So come on up, Josiah. After Josiah, we have Disraeli Sparrow McBride, graduating summa cum laude and attending Virginia Polytechnic Institute. She also received a scholarship, the Pamplin Scholarship, to attend Virginia Tech. A beautiful soul. After this, we have Alyssa Jade Morris, magna cum laude, attending James Madison University in the fall. Alyssa is the perfect mix of just sass and independence and brilliance, and she's one of my favorites. Next, we have Layla Grace Morris, attending the University of Mississippi, one of my favorite students. And I hope she doesn't mind me saying, but she's just so athletic, but she's often limping into my office. So sweet thing. Paul Wayne Orange III, otherwise known as Trey, my businessman. He has graduating magna cum laude to the University of Virginia, and he is another student you will note has 2 stars next to his name. He branched off from the program and got an associate's degree in business administration, which is incredibly impressive. Trey started his entrepreneurship way in high school. He has a snow cone business that he sells on the downtown mall and is always trying to sell me something. I think he's going to be very successful. I'm really hoping that I can invest with him later in life. Emily Lynn Wrong, summa cum laude, the University of Virginia. Oh, I'm sorry. Emily, I just really wish that if I ever had a daughter, she would have all your traits. You're just one of the most amazing human beings. Okay, yeah. And sass me up. Go ahead. Let's see. After Emily, Afshan Shabir, graduating cum laude and attending Virginia Polytechnic Institute. You guys don't know this, but Afshan's quite brilliant with languages. Afshan, how many languages do you speak? Whoopsie.
My hair's too big.
Her, which is glorious also, but how many languages do you speak?
About 4 fluently.
4 fluently, so I just... I think I creep her out. I make her say things to me in other languages, and she's like, what? I need a pass. The next student's going to be Julia Rose Scharf, graduating summa cum laude from the University of Virginia. Julia is solid and powerful, and I see her being a really strong, I don't know, somebody someday. She's just, I don't know, I want to say a business person, but I don't think that's her love. But she's very strong spirit. Next, Ryan, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, don't worry, I counted. There was definitely 24. The next student is going to be Ryan William Shiflett, and he is graduating and attending James Madison University in the fall. I logged the most steps chasing after Ryan this year, so he's my runner. He's my Fitbit pal. Where's Ryan? And our next student is going to be Catherine Lynn Shordahl, magna cum laude, attending George Mason University. Catherine is the student who taught me how to make the O with the line through it on the keyboard. Thank you. So forever I know how to do that now. My next student is going to be Jayun Smith, graduating cum laude and attending the American Military University. Jayun has lived far and wide in several different countries, also speaks multiple languages, and is very excited to attend the military university. My next student is going to be William Garrett Tomaine, cum laude, attending James Madison University. Despite our working together for 3 years, I intermixed William and Garrett probably 1,000 times, and he ended up just answering to both at the end with me. So thank you, William, for always tolerating me. And another student who has logged the most seat hours and has been a pleasure to work with, Ainsley Elaine Whitmarsh, summa cum laude, University of Virginia. We went through about 4 or 5 different majors together, and we found the right one, nursing. She's also one of my GChat buddies. When it goes off, it's either her or Emily, sometimes, I'm sure. And last but not least, this student actually moved to us from out of state this year. So Brianna Lynn Wolfter is graduating cum laude and attending Mary Baldwin University, where she's going to play basketball, correct? And she was a student that came in from North Carolina and transferred most of her credits. So I always do stuff off the cuff. I hope none of you guys mind the things I said about you. It's just what I thought of when I saw your face. So I hope none of you mind. And Alyssa, I missed you because you were the first one. I hadn't thought to do it yet. But you have a very kind heart, and you're sincere, and you're a hard worker, and you're going to be a rock star. I had to catch up with you. I had to go back to the A's. So as we conclude this night, I just want to tell you all that it is truly an honor to work with these kids. It's a big job, and I know they thanked me, but really, they're responsible for letting me know when it's too much, when they can add a class, what class they want to take. I take their advice on almost everything. You know, what was your favorite professor for Soch? Or, you know, when's bio going to end? So as much as they spoke about me, they are truly my lifeline as well. I love each one of you dearly, and I've seen you all work very hard. I've seen you stressed out, and I've seen you laugh. You've made me cry. I've made some of you cry. Everything in this relationship is mutual, and I love that. I love that we have been equals in this journey. I do want to take a minute, if you guys don't mind, to thank some people that not everybody knows about. So I'd like to start first with my counseling office. I have a counseling office that allows me the time to focus on this program. So without that office, this program would not get the amount of attention that it deserves. This is the one thing I did write down. And then I'd also like to thank Miss Overstreet for helping me and jumping in every time to help with all college and financial aid planning. Miss Earl is actually our PVCC coach this year. She applies every student and placement tests them. So this year, I'm not sure how many she did, but she usually applies between 2 and 250 students. She replaced Jan Reed, who has been an amazing part of the history of this program. She started with me from the beginning. 2 gentlemen you don't know, Andrew Renshaw and Jonathan Renshaw, they are the guys behind the scenes. So when you guys email me 5 and 6 times, wait, I want section 1. No, switch me to online. No, wait, what section are they in? I want that. All those emails go to those guys, and they have been amazing, and I appreciate how tolerant you are of me, especially you now, Jonathan. A couple times I've been afraid to email you. If I sent you one more, you were going to not respond, but you always respond. And finally, I'd like to thank Kieran Woodson, who has truly took on our kids as her own, and you do things for me and our school, and it's wonderful, and you are a lifeline. So this does conclude the evening. We have lots of food prepared by our Greene County Technical Education Center's Culinary Arts Department. Please eat it. I do not want to take that sheet cake home. And so I hope you all had a beautiful night. And you guys, I'm just super proud. And I'm going to be the weirdo in the walkways as you come off the stage at PVCC taking your picture. So I'm so proud of you. Okay?